Welcome on in, everybody, to Big Play Big Bets. We got the big hats on. It's all presented to you by Tipico Sportsbook. I'm Nick Padone. He is Big Play Dave. What's going on?
What is going on, Nick? How are you, sir?
Pretty good. Had some fun throughout these NBA playoffs, having some fun with these Cleveland Guardians. Both things very fun, very exciting to bet on as well. So excited to get you guys those bets on Tipico this week. We got some fun show announcements as well, too. I think next week on the show, we're doing a little hockey, Dave.
Ooh.
As the Stanley Cup final will be set. Obviously, Dave nor I know too much about hockey, even though I frequented the Cleveland Monsters games.
Two hockey players. Active players.
Crosby and Ovechkin.
Is that guy still around?
They both got it.
I think so. I don't
Ryan's
know.
no help.
Ryan's no help either.
We're gonna bring an expert.
So we're bringing a hockey gambling expert in to get us briefed before the Stanley Cup Finals. Hey, and two, we got to talk to you guys about Tipico cashback rewards, changing the way that you bet over there at Tipico. Get up to 5% cash back on all of your bets that you place. If you've bet on the Guardians with us these last few weeks, you've probably made a lot of money on your bets because they've been really good, and you've probably made a lot of money with your cashback rewards. So download Tipico, guys. Get that cashback rewards. You got to be 21 years or older to gamble in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
There's nothing better when you place a bet and you see the money
just
go up.
I love it. I love it. All right, we'll start things off with the NBA playoffs. Finals are here. I hate the gap. I hate the gap that we're going to have to wait.
Dude, NBA playoffs is like 8 months long.
It is crazy.
I don't mind it, though, because there's, we got baseball, but this bridges the gap to football.
Yeah, for sure. We got the week-long gap without basketball.
Yeah.
But what this does is it gives us time before Thursday to lock in our official series score predictions. So you could bet those officially on Tipico. I know we both did that for some of the Cavs series a couple weeks back.
Oh, I should have listened to Ryan. I stuck with Cavs in 6.
Yep. Should have hedged.
He told me. He told me.
I forgot about that, Dave.
Yes. I'm going to start listening to Ryan.
All right, so we got Mavs and Celtics. Before we bet on game 1 on Thursday, we got to lock in our series predictions.
Ooh, boy. Okay.
Now, it's not a layup yet that Boston gets back Kristaps Porzingis. They're hopeful.
I think he will.
They're hopeful that he's back for game 1. I agree. I think he'll be back too. But the Mavs are healthy also. They had lost Derek Lively once. It looked like they were ready to lose him again in game 5 when he got hit in the head again. But the Mavs are at full strength. The Celtics are gaining full strength. Celtics have had like 9 days off by the time game 1 tips. I'm going to go with Mavericks in 6. I think the Mavericks are the better team. I floated out there Mavs in 5. I think that's a little bit overzealous.
Yeah.
I think the pairing of Luka and Kyrie, I don't want to bet against that. I'm rolling with the Mavaliers in 6 games.
Man, I'm with you, but I'm going 7.
All right, Mavs in 7.
I don't know. I think we've said it the whole time. The West is going to win this.
I know. So we can't.
The East is weak. We have to stick to our guns, even though Boston's going to be healthy. I just think the Mavs are a better team than the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, I do too. But what's crazy, and what gives me a little bit of pause, is Tipico doesn't feel the same way.
No, Vegas is not with us on this at all.
They've got Boston as like pretty heavy favorites in this series. Yeah. And maybe it's just our hatred, our bias that leans into that as well for Boston. It feels like really America is going to be on the Mavericks in this series. But Boston's favored. Yeah, I think if you're a casual basketball fan living in Montana, you're probably pulling for
the Mavericks, but do you think the Mavericks are going to win?
If I live in Montana and I'm just an average basketball fan?
Yeah.
Probably. I think people
more star power.
I think people are loving this Kyrie Luka pairing. It could be some recency bias too, just because that series took longer than the Boston series, and Boston hasn't been tested and Dallas has.
So we got Mavs in 6, Mavs in 7.
I like that a lot. Mavs in 7 right now on Tipico is 8-1 plus 800. Mavs in 6 plus 550. So you get a little bit better odds than I do, Dave. And obviously Boston will have home court advantage throughout this series. So it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I really hope that Dallas wins. I do. I want to see Kyrie Irving get that second championship.
Are you surprised? So I'm just looking in the Tipico app. Boston with a gentleman's sweep, 4-1 is the favorite.
Yeah, I was
4-1.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised to see all of that. I was surprised to see that Boston was favored in this series. I get that I get that they had to, because Boston they haven't really even been challenged, but I think that just speaks to the level of competition that they had more so than anything. And you can only play who's in front of you, but I just don't think they've been tested in the same way that Dallas
I would have thought this series was a coin flip.
Yeah, same.
Betting-wise. Even money almost. Yeah, minus 220 for the Celtics to win.
Like, decently heavily favored.
Plus 175.
I love the value on all things Mavericks. I do.
That makes me nervous, though.
It does. Like, what do they
odds
know?
Are usually not that wrong.
Yeah, right. What do they know that we don't? But I'm not nervous. I'm sticking with it.
And locking those in.
Booby has said this too. Like, just to give a little in-show promo. I mean, Booby's been saying this on Booby's World for like a month.
Yeah.
That like Dallas is a dark horse. Like that's the team to watch. So I mean, he's been all over this.
All right, we're locking that in.
Yeah, I'm locking it in for sure.
By the way, give me Kyrie over 23.5.
All right, so let's jump into Thursday, game 1 in Boston. I think we gotta bet the over on Kyrie for game 1. Yeah. In Boston, that's going to be hostile territory.
Rooting for Kyrie, right?
For sure.
Yeah, over Boston?
For sure. And we've seen Kyrie in past trips to Boston, like namely when he was on the Nets.
Boston does not like him.
They don't like him. He doesn't like them either. He's given them the finger on a multiple
Boston
occasions.
Fans are the absolute worst.
I am pulling for the Mavs. Maybe we'll go game 1. We'll go Mavs spread. So we don't need a win game 1. We'll go Mavs spread and Kyrie over 23.5 in a parlay.
I'm in for that.
That's kind of feels like the Mavaliers play for us for game 1.
All right, let's not bring back the Mavaliers.
You don't want to?
I'm not rooting for them that much.
I am.
Really?
I don't want to see
Mavaliers.
I'm going Mavaliers, man. I don't want to see Boston. But seeing Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown hoist that trophy this year would be disgusting
I'm with
to
you.
me.
I'm just not going full Mavaliers.
I'm maybe not going as hard as others. Like, I'm not going to. It seems like some people in Cleveland are like on the verge of buying a Kyrie Mavericks jersey. Like, let's not forget, this is the guy that kind of got in our way of having a little bit of a dynasty here. So I'm not going that hard.
Still like him though.
But yeah, still rooting for him, still pulling for him.
Okay, we're on the same page.
All right, are we ready to flip to MLB?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some baseball bets. We'll talk about baseball on Tipico as well, because they are hooking you guys up when you bet on a local team. The Guardians, the Reds. The Guardians are really good. Reds, Dave, not so much.
Stink.
They're horrible. So all you have to do is bet $30 on a Guardians game or a Reds game, and you'll get a $2 bet credit for every single hit that the Guardians or Reds have in that game. So if you would have bet $30 on the Guardians in that game that they exploded offensively against the Rockies the other night when they had like 15 hits, you would have got your bet credit pretty much back and paid for. When they had 13 hits, that would have been $26 in bet credits to your Tipico app.
Let me make sure I understand. So you bet 30.
Yep.
And then you get $2 for every Guardians hit.
Correct.
Not hit for the other team.
Correct. No,
just
other team doesn't count.
Okay.
Screw them.
So if they get 5 hits in that game, you get $10.
A $10 bet credit. Yep.
For betting 30.
Yep.
Okay.
And the Guardians offense right now, hottest in baseball.
Yeah.
So that's a good promo to go take advantage of right now.
I like it.
On Tipico, you would have made a lot of money doing it with us last weekend. So let's do it again this weekend. The Guardians will host the Washington Nationals at Progressive Field. Mitchell Parker versus Ben Lively is our matchup for Saturday, Dave.
Ben Lively's actually pretty good.
He's really good. He's the Guardians' Joe Flacco. So I like the Guardians to win. I like the over on Ben Lively's strikeouts. And then maybe the over in the game. I like doing that where you go over strikeouts. That usually makes the sportsbook think that it's lower.
Yeah. What do you think if you had to predict over how many runs in this game?
7.5, maybe 8.5.
Yeah.
Progressive Field.
I don't love that.
I saw this tweet. Here's another thing about this promo. People on Twitter have been talking about since they ripped those shipping containers out of up top. There's some wind going through there now, and like Progressive Field's kind of becoming a little bit of a hitter's park.
Heck yeah.
And the Guardians are
for us.
all the better for it, and good for us for these bets for sure.
All right, so Guardians win.
Yep.
To get those $2 bet credits, it doesn't have to be a parlay or anything. We just do Guardians win.
You literally just bet on anything about that game. So it could be a parlay. It could just be a straight bet. Like I think you have to have like minus 220 odds, or something.
Okay.
So check out Tipico. They got the details on there. You can't just do like some super crazy alt spread $30 and then get it. There is some sort of minimum odds in there. But yeah, that's how it goes. So we could do a parlay, could do straight. I'll probably do like a safe parlay.
I'm gonna go Guardians win. I'm staying away from the over.
Yep.
And then
lively strike.
Could we do a boost where we add some player hits?
Yeah. Juice it, make it even more juicy.
All right.
We go
who do you like?
Manzardo's been hitting it well.
Ooh, he has.
So like just one Manzardo hit.
That mustache is so strong.
So strong.
Like
he's kind of a goofy character.
So I was watching a Guardians game. I think it was Wednesday night. Was that Colorado last Wednesday?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was watching with a buddy who hadn't watched like many Guardians games at all, and he saw Manzardo for the first time, and he's like, "Who is that?" Like he thought it was like a 35-year-old. That mustache. How old is he? 23.
Yeah, he's not that old.
Yeah,
but
he looks like an 80s detective.
Yeah, he does. He's an interesting character so far.
But I like him. You should grow a mustache.
I like him to get a hit.
Remember I tried that one.
I think
time?
Ryan.
Did you?
Yeah,
I had it for a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
It didn't turn out well.
No.
I feel like it was kind of like end of football season.
It was.
What was wrong with it?
It just
didn't come in full.
Yeah, it just.
That's like me. Dude.
It wasn't
like,
Tom
it's just
Selleck?
super
Nah,
patchy.
It's a boy's mustache.
All right, I like that. Let's keep it simple. We could go Guardians money line over lively strikeouts.
Okay.
And then we could go Manzardo hit.
Just a hit.
Just a hit.
Yep.
All right, that's cool. We'll keep this thing moving. Padres and Royals. This is one to watch. It's in Kansas City.
Give me the over.
We need the Royals to start losing some of these games. But yeah, this is a good game.
Been so good.
They've been so good. 35-23 at the time that we record this. Joe Musgrave for the Padres.
He gives up some hits.
He hasn't been that good.
No.
5.66 ERA against Alec Marsh, who's a lot better for KC, 3.24 ERA. I'll take the over in this as well. Padres around 500, Royals a little bit better. Maybe Royals at home with the over, probably the play there. Put $30 on that and get some cash on those hits. Twins and Astros. Again, it feels crazy to say. We need to pull for the Astros.
Wait, hold on. If we do Padres Royals, we can get the hit credit?
No. It's just Guardians Reds. Just Guardians Reds.
Yes, okay.
All right, good disclaimer there.
Yes.
Twins Astros, crazy to say. We need to bet on the Astros again. We need the Astros to win.
I hate the Astros.
Take the over in this one too then, Dave.
Yeah, I'm not betting them to win.
All right.
I'll take the over, though.
All right.
I'm over in Padres Royals, Twins Astros so far.
And then on Fox, we have the Reds at Cubs.
Oof. Poor Drew Garrison and our Bangalorean trying to root on the Reds.
Yeah, the Reds are bad.
Can't even watch them.
I'll say this, though. Cubs aren't great either. Floating around 500, and they have a hard time scoring runs. They do. So I like the unders in Cubs games.
Who do we got? We got Hunter Green versus Justin Steele.
Yeah, and Hunter Green's
actually pretty
good.
Yeah.
Justin Steele, can't say I know a whole lot about him, but he's 0-2 with a 4 ERA. So this is another example, guys.
Give me the under in this game.
Yeah, but one of those games where maybe the Reds could string some hits together against Justin Steele, and you'll get those $2 bet credits for every hit.
That's true.
Every hit that the Reds have in that game, you'll at least get a $2 bet credit. So, Dave, you could hedge your bet that way. If you wanted to bet the under on this, you could have your bet of the under for $30
Right.
and then see if you could win it both ways, where you get your $2 bet credits back while also winning the under.
Nick, you are
So
speaking my language.
You need to get them on base, but not a lot of RBI in this game is what you need.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
That's kind of a fun experiment on Fox for Reds and Cubs.
I'm gonna lock that in before I forget.
I was going to lock that in right now.
All
All right.
go ahead.
That's enough baseball for now. Obviously, go bet baseball with us on Tipico. Got to check into Canadian Open. Justin Lauer, I know Reflog tossed in the bet, plus 45,900 on Tipico. No, that's not a typo.
Well, hold on. That started, so he's probably not doing great, correct? Let me look.
All right, Dave's going to check on that.
I'm multitasking. $30 bet in on the under. Cubs, Reds.
Love that. Dave's going to check on Lauer, but there are some crazy golf bets to go make right now.
Oh, look at that. Almost cash back. Almost cash back.
Do it this weekend, because next weekend we got the Memorial right here in Ohio. So that'll be a lot of fun. We're going to want to get our bets in on that next week.
Justin Lauer is tied for 90th +2.
Okay. Don't love it. Who's in first as of right now? Or what's the top score so far?
R. McIntyre, he's -9. He's -3 through today, through 14.
That's going to be tough to come back and win.
Yeah. Yeah, that's steep. So good luck to Reflog on that bet. Let's go to UFC 302 on Saturday. A lot of people looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
Dustin Poirier, just a fan favorite, man, in the UFC community. I'm definitely going to be betting on Poirier money line, just out of spirit against Islam. He's plus 450 on the money line.
Yeah. Ryan, what was the stat?
Yeah, and there was a crazy stat on Fontana's show
so
earlier today.
Every UFC champion has lost their belt when Paulo Costa has fought on the same card as them. They're 0-8. So that would tell you
no matter what he's done.
Yeah, so history will tell you that Poirier's, since Paulo Costa's on the same card, Poirier's bound to take that belt.
The Paulo,
how many times has that happened?
8 times.
0 for 8.
Oh,
for 8.
Last one
The
was
Paulo
UFC 298.
Costa
Volkanovski
curve.
loses to Tapura. Usman loses to Edwards. Cormier loses to Miocic. Miocic loses to Cormier. Bisping, Garbrandt, and I'm not going to be able to pronounce that, all lose. And then Aldo loses to Holloway. 0-8.
Oh, my
0-8.
God.
Bet on
The curse of
Dustin
Paulo Costa.
Poirier this weekend. Come on, the curse of Paulo Costa. I also, if you're looking to throw a parlay in on this, I like a lot of the favorites on the undercard outside of that Costa fight, because I think that one could be a toss-up, and I want to see Sean Strickland lose. I like a parlay of, like, Alex Morano, Kevin
They've
Holland.
got Poirier boosted, too.
And Poirier.
You see that?
Yeah, I
Plus
mean,
410 from 350.
yeah, that's the bet to make. The curse.
We're
of
locking in a
Paulo
lot of
Costa.
bets right now.
We are. I love it. I love it. All right. I think we wrap it. I think that's a
Yeah?
show. That's a great nugget from Ryan and Matt. Appreciate that.
$50 in on Poirier.
Come on. We're going to
Let's
have
go,
a
Ryan.
Saturday
Let's go.
tomorrow. Let's go win some bets this weekend. We got some time until the NBA playoffs resume for the finals. So bet on baseball with us on Tipico. Bet on some golf with us on Tipico. Bet on some UFC on Tipico. We didn't even get into the French Open because my bets aren't doing great there on Tipico for
Not
some
locking
tennis.
that one in quite yet.
Yeah. Go bet on Tipico, guys. And we will see you on the show next week.
See ya.